Two teams, one iconic matchup. Today we got the Signal HD Spikers and the CHERY TIGGO crossovers as they look to seek their first win of our semifinals. Welcome to the PVL. This is the heart of volleyball.
Solid defense. Fajardo, babalikan. Reza Lantakis. So solid,
Good afternoon, PVL fans. We are live at the Phil Sports Arena here in Pasig, bringing you the second game of our semifinals round between the Signal HD Spikers and the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. You just witnessed Creamline take the first win in 3 sets, but now we are moving over to our second matchup here for today. Hello, everybody. My name is Rain Tigzon, and with me in my panel is Billy Capistrano and Coach Babes Castillo. Thank you for joining us at One Sports Channel 6, One Sports Plus Channel 261, and on our live streams at Signal Play and Smart Giga Play. Now let's move over to our panel to talk more about today's matchup.
Thank you so much for that, Rain and Coach Babes. I am so excited to be working with you for the very first time today.
Yes, this is our first day together. Exciting first day of the semifinals.
Absolutely. And what a treat for us because we get to cover this game for the first time and it's day one of our semifinals. And you know what? All our teams here in our semis, especially Signal and CHERY TIGGO, they went through a lot the past couple of games in our preliminary round. That's why I think it's very important that we take a step back and we look at their road to the semifinals. So start things off, of course, with the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. As a lot of would call them, they are the comeback queens of the PVL.
That's correct. You know, CHERY TIGGO through the preliminary round has been one of the most consistent and dominant producing teams. And they're the very few teams who can produce double digits, 4-player double digits in the game.
Absolutely. And Coach Babes, alam mo, one of the strengths of this CHERY TIGGO team is really Jasmine Abor and Zach Randang, as you can see on your screens, one of the best blockers that we have right now as we ended our preliminary round. And they're just doing a stellar job. They have risen from the ashes, paso ng Phoenix, no, Phoenix Rising. They have risen from the ashes. They're playing incredible and they want to complete that comeback. Now let's talk about some of the players that have really helped their campaign here in our reinforced conference. Again, I mentioned Jasmine Abor, and I know this is someone you know very well.
Yeah. My setter from the high school, my first setter in the high school, and now a professional player. She is now performing at number 3. She holds the spot at number 3 as a setter in this conference.
There you have it. You can see on your screen, set on fire, Jasmine Abor, one of our great setters here in our reinforced conference. Of course, she has been activating a lot of her spikers, a lot of her players, and one of them is none other than Maylene Paat, and she has just been incredible this whole conference. She is, you know, we can say that she's at the top of her game right now. She's averaging around 20 points per game. A lot of people also call her the reinforcement or the import from Pangasinan, and that's how incredible she is.
Wow. Hi, Maylene. But anyways, Maylene Paat, one of the very few locals who showed dominance in the attack. In fact, I think she's the only one who actually dominated the attack points. No?
Absolutely, and there she is, just really dominating in that game against PLDT. She was that go-to girl for them, and that's why she is called the reinforcement from Pangasinan. Full gear siya ngayon sa ating reinforced conference, was giving it her all in every single game, and she really helped CHERY TIGGO a lot in their campaign here in our semifinals. And luckily for us, we have her with us in our pregame. Maylene, kamusta ka naman? And congratulations for making it back to the semifinals.
Hi, Billy. Hi, Coach.
Hi.
Thank you so much po sa congratulations.
Of course. Now, a few quick questions for you. Siyempre, hindi kayo nakatungtong ng semifinals sa past few conferences. Ano ngayon yung feeling at ano yung naging motivation nyo for this one right here?
Actually, yung goal po namin ng elimination round is makarating lang po sa semifinals. And ayun, nandito po kami ngayon and nag-set po kami ulit ng panigbago naming goal, which is makarating sa finals. And ayun, pinagtatrabahuhan po talaga namin yung bawat trainings namin, yung bawat ginagawa namin at sinasapuso po namin na.
You know, Mylene, kitang-kita naman, you know. I was reviewing the stats sa aking homework, yun ang homework ko. And you are the only local player who went, you know, dominated the attack. Anong preparation ng mga ginawa mo dyan? Paano yung mindset?
Actually po, yung pinaka-mindset ko po is tumulong talaga sa team ko. And hinahanap ko po talaga yung purpose ko kung paano ako tutulong sa team. Which is, tinutulungan naman ako ng team na mailabas yung performance ko. And ayun, malaking tulong po sa akin talaga yung lahat ng tinuturo ng coaches ko and of course yung helping ng teammates ko.
Well, very good for the hard work and good luck to the next round.
Thank you
And
po.
very good din sa hair, na napakaganda ng buhok. Match kayo sa outfit nyo. Good luck later on. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mylene.
Billy. Thank you, Coach Big.
All right, there you have it. That was Mylene Paat from the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Now let's move on to the other side of the net and let's talk about the CIGNAL HD Spikers. Now, Coach Babes, how can you assess their road to the semis?
You know, Signal for me is one of the teams who are not actually in the highest rank or in the lowest rank. They're actually in the midsection. And what's obvious with this team is consistency in the production. Not only in one skill, but all on the 6 skills of volleyball. At dito, they are dominating the blocking and serving area. They are currently at rank number 3 in the blocking and rank number 4 in the serving.
Absolutely, and you know, Coach, they are the last team to clinch a spot in our semifinals, having beaten the Choco Mucho Flying Titans impressively last Tuesday. And now you see Rose Doria, who has been instrumental in their campaign here in our reinforced conference. But of course, you gotta talk about the other key players who helped them in that game against Choco Mucho. I am talking about their reinforcement, Tai Bieria, and of course, we have Ces Molina sporting the nude, but first, let's talk about Tai. This reinforcement, she is one of the youngest ones that we have here
Correct.
in our league,
Yes.
but she has been showing that mental fortitude, that integrity, as well as that leadership on the court.
That's correct. A very young athlete. Right now, she has a total of 135 total points. She's 8th in the best scorer, so very important yun. You know, when you're inside the top 10, definitely you will be the one contributing, a very good contribution in the team.
As you can see on your screens, she scored 18 big points in their game against Choco Mucho. Actually, they started a bit slow. They dropped that first set, but once she was activated, once she was on the court, there was no stopping her. And of course, Tai Bieria, she's got a lot of fans. She's from New Orleans, and she's bringing in the heat here in our reinforced
Yes,
conference.
you know, I like that. Most of our reinforcement are in the mid-age range area. Makikita mo yung maturity. But with Bieria, siya yung isa sa pinaka-youngest, you know, youngest reinforcement natin. And it's always good to see the fire. Makikita mo naman the way she approached the game. Very fire.
Absolutely. And going back to that game against Choco Mucho, I did say that they had a pretty slow start. They lost that set number 1. And Tai really needed a lot of support. And luckily for her, she had that girl on your screen sporting the new tawag nga sa kanya Tinkerbell by her teammates, none other than Ces Molina. And there's a lot to say about this player, Coach. She has been just so consistent for her team. She found her momentum.
Yes.
And also, she's ever so reliable for the CIGNAL HD Spikers.
Yes. You know what I can remember about Molina's performance when they get to face F2, you know, she made 20 critical points for the team. At napaka-importante yun. Very few players, local players, can actually lead the team in points area. And she did that in F2, building up, you know, to get the golden ticket for the semifinals.
Absolutely. And in that game, she had 13 points and 9 digs under her belt. That was against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. It was a pressure-packed game. It was for a spot in the semifinals.
Yes.
And of course, they all delivered alongside Angeli Araneta, na hindi nga naman sa Araneta Coliseum, but she also put up good numbers. Rachel Andakis, they're all preparing for this game. And syempre, they are back in our semifinals. But the past 2 conferences, they have been ending at third place. So they really want to make sure na masungkit nila yung title this time
Yes,
around.
and I believe so. They're one of the candidate teams who can really get the crown. No, hindi lang sa they're strong, they're balanced. No, in setting in all the attacks.
Absolutely. And of course, right now, we have with us today, we have Ces Molina. Sabi ko nga, inuulit ko, no, she is sporting the new do. We love the blonde hair. Ces, paano mo naman naisipan magpa-blonde?
Wala. Naisipan ko lang for a change lang naman.
Coach Babes?
Hey, so in preparation for the semifinals, ano yung nilulook forward mo dito when you're facing with CHERY TIGGO going in to get the golden ticket for the finals naman? Ano yung nilulook forward mo?
I think, Coach, pinrepare talaga namin dito yung mga lapses namin before nung nagharap kami ng CHERY TIGGO, and I think na in-improve talaga namin yung mga lapses namin, yung mga mistakes namin during that game. And I think nilulook forward namin na makapaglaro na maayos today and mapakita talaga kung ano yung practice namin.
Very good, galing.
And Ces, what can we expect from you in particular in today's game against CHERY TIGGO?
I think as a whole, kailangan ko lang mag-deliver and mag-contribute sa team. Hindi kailangan mag-stand out, pero kailangan tulong-tulong lang kami talaga para makuha namin yung panalo today.
Ang ganda noon, hindi lang mag-stand out, but the whole team contribute to the team.
All right, thank you so much, Ces, and good luck later on.
Thank you.
All right, that was Ces Molina from the Signal HD Spikers. Now let's turn it over to Rain for our features. Go ahead, Rain.
I'm sure that the fans have their favorite matchups here in the PVL, but let's switch some things up and look at who our players are looking forward to. Sino yung mga inaabangan nila dito sa PVL? In our PVL Watch, let's see what Gretchen Sultones chose for today's matchup.
Hi, ang matchup na excited ako is between Mylene Paat and Ria Meneses.
It's all about offense versus defense here kay Mylene Paat at Ria Meneses. So kung naaalala nyo, si Mylene Paat was the best scorer in the Thailand League with conference totals of 160 points, which was number 5 in the league. Whereas si Riri Meneses naman ang PVL Open Conference best middle blocker noong 2021 and noong 2022 naman siya ay yung second best middle blocker. So we're looking at offense versus defense in today's matchup. Now let's move over to our PVL Asks question of the game. So let's go back to Gretchen Sultones once again with her question.
Hi! Sino ang pinakamaangas between CHERY and Signal? Tweet na!
Again, Gretchen said, sino ang pinakamaangas na player sa CHERY TIGGO and Signal? So don't forget to use the hashtags PVL Asked and hashtag PVL Reinforce 2022 to get your tweets sa ating broadcast. Now let's move over to what our teams are doing in their own time if they're not on the floor. I'm sure the fans are wondering kung anong ginagawa ng CHERY TIGGO, at ito nga ang ginagawa nila. Sila, Mylene Paat, are going to train together during their break. So nakikita natin, marami na naman silang volleyball involvement kahit hindi sila naglalaro here at Work and Work Out. I'm sure the fans are very excited for today's matchup, so wag na natin patagalin. Let's go back over to our panel to talk more about the matchups for today.
Thank you so much for all the features, Rain. Amazing job. Now that is it for our pregame. When we return, it is the Signal HE Spikers versus the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Don't go away.
Grupo ng susi sa isang sasakyan. Please proceed to the security office in the second floor to secure your car keys. Paulit lang po, may nahanap na set of car keys sa section 101. Please proceed to the security office in the second floor para kunin mo yung susi mo. Maraming
dreamline. I'll be yours till the end of time.
Nowhere to go but gas up! Happiness signal!
CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Vroom vroom. Skirt skirt.
Our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Second referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our Signal HD Spikers. Let's begin with our team captain. She wears jersey number 3, Rachel Ann Dakis. At number 2, Rosalind Doria. Wearing jersey number 7, Frances Sinia Molina. At number 8, Angelique Pauline Araneta. Number 18, Marivic Galaine Meneses. And number 22, Maria Angelica Cayuna. Libero, number 14, Angelique Dionela. And head coach is Mr. Cesael Shat de los Santos. Calling on our CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Team captain wears jersey number 7, Mylene Paat. At number 4, Jasmine Nabor. Number 9, MG Laure. Number 10, Rosel Baliton. Number 14, Zarina Grace Carandang. And number 17, guest player from Montenegro, Elena Steviovic. Libero, number 24, Buding Duremdes. Head coach, Mr. Clarence Aying Esteban. This match is under the regulation and supervision of the Games and Amusements Board.
We're back and you're still watching the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference. This is our semifinals day 1, and for game 2, we have the Signal HD Spikers taking on the CHERY TIGGO crossovers, Billy Capistrano with Coach Babes Castillo and Rain Tixon, our courtside reporter. A while ago, we saw the starters for Signal. Now let's move on to the starters for the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Paat, Baleton, Seviovic, Doremdes, Nabor, Laure, and Carandang.
You know, the last time they met each other, that was October 15. Malinaw na malinaw sa memory ko yun. You know, ang ganda ng performance nila. I saw how Laure came back and came back to true form. You know, in their performance, mas mabilis na siya, mas malakas na yung palo niya. The old Laure that I saw.
Absolutely, coach, and she's going to be vital in today's game. It's a clean slate for both our teams. As Angeli Araneta will try. That was picked up by Paat, and Paat will try. And she gets that first point. She draws first blood here in our game.
Yes, there you go. You can see Jasmine Nabor going for the pipe right side for Paat.
And for those who are tuned in right now, if you are near the Phil Sports Arena, why not watch our game? This is going to be a good one, we're pretty sure. That was a good dig by Buding Duremdes. Seviovic sends it over. Cayuna to Molina from the back row. And she gets her first point of the game.
You know, Billy, you can see here the early part of the set. Nakikita mo yung control is very obvious. No? Everybody's measuring each other up. Wala mo nang malalakas, but more like placing, more like maturity. No?
I know, Coach, nabanggit natin in our pregame that Signal, they're pretty much in the middle in terms of the rankings.
That's right.
But it was because nag-iinit pa lang sila towards the end of our preliminary round. And you know, they got back Ria Meneses, and we have Ces Molina finding her true form. And that's why they are in the middle of the rankings.
That's right, yeah. And you know, when you're a coach, you like that. You know, you don't want to go fast right away. You want to build up your momentum going to the semifinals and hopefully to the finals.
And momentum is going to be very important. In this game, we know how both teams are so capable of clinching that first win. But right now, CHERY TIGGO holding on to that slim 1-point lead.
Very good matchup.
Coach, who are you most excited to see here in our game today?
Well, you know, these two teams, ang isang characteristics nila sa akin is their ability to really distribute the attacks, you know. There's not one player who's always dominating, and it's always exciting, not only for the players, but for the audience, you know?
Right, and first, let's go to Rain Texon for her report. Go ahead, Rain.
If you thought it was a filter in social media, look again. Mylene Paat is sporting a new hairdo in the shade of cherry red. The crossover rookies and team captain made a pact that if they win the semifinals, they would dye their hair together. This may seem trivial to some, but these small gestures like this is what helped CHERY TIGGO build their incredibly strong chemistry. Now, if you recall, the crossovers were the first team to clinch a spot in the semifinals after going 5-0. Can CHERY TIGGO push even further here in the postseason? Let's see here in the opening set.
Thank you so much for that, Rain. Well, CHERY TIGGO, they're entering the semifinals after waiting quite a while. Signal HD Spikers, the past two conferences, they finished with a bronze medal. So, of course, they want to push it even further here in our semifinal series.
That's right, you know. One of the best suit for Signal is their blocking, you know. Remember, we say that they're in the middle.
And first, before that, Coach Babes, let's first listen to this timeout called by Signal.
Damo na nakuha nila, damo dapat magiging masipag tayo. Hanggang sa makuha natin yung puntos, ha? Adjust na.
Cover lang tayo ng cover ate. Let's go. Hanggang makuha natin yung timing natin. Let's go, ha? Sige, aggressive ate. Let's go. Happy na Signal! Awesome!
Yes, tagalog.
Signal HD Spikers here in set number 1. They are trailing by 4 points. 5 points na ang CHERY TIGGO. 3 of those care of Mylene Paat.
That's right. Yung early on, pinakita kagad ng CHERY TIGGO their dynamism and their attacks. No? Makikita mo yung movement ng mga attackers. They're hitting almost all the sections of the net.
You gotta play catch-up here early on in our set number 1. And Angelia Araneta provides that ample support for Signal.
Maganda yan, you know, to establish right away yung right side mo. Everyone knows that yung left side ang go-to most of the time. So that's a good choice for Signal to activate the right side.
And that was Angelia Araneta for you. And of course, if you're Jel Cayuna, you really want to activate all your players against a team like CHERY TIGGO. There's got to be a lot of smart playmaking involved in this game.
Yeah.
Again, that will be a block.
Yeah, so Araneta again getting the offense from Cayuna, but Laure was there. Very well positioned, aligned against the left-hander. Oh, right-hander.
And EJ Laure, you were talking about her a while ago, Coach. Grabe yung pinapakita niya sa atin here in our reinforced conference.
Yes, you know, you can see the seriousness ni Laure. She wants to really contribute in the team. Makikita mo yung kanyang condition. Maganda na.
And right now, she's the 18th best scorer in terms of our rankings. She has 88 points. Just phenomenal here in our reinforced conference, supporting Mylene Paat and Helena Seviovic as Laure will try. Picked up by Ces Molina. Cayuna will go to Doria. She is blocked. Here comes Seviovic from the back row. Cayuna will give it to Molina. Drop ball, no good. Nabor to Karandang.
You know, although that's a net error, pero ang ganda ng read ng Signal. Going in for a quick from Jasmine, you can see dalawa agad yung nakaabang. So that's good. That means they're really reading it very well.
And Coach, what can you say about Karandang right now? She has improved vastly here in our conference.
Definitely, you know, contribution in the middle, aggressive attack. I think nga siya pa yung spirit of the team. Eh. She always she dictates the
the mood and the spirit of the team, which is very important.
Ang dami niyang energy, celebrates every single point.
I like that. Oh, tama yun. Huwag ka nagsiselebrate ka sa maliliit na puntos. Nakakahawa.
And now we have Ces Molina on deck to serve for Signal. Jasmine Abor with a dump. Nandoon si Araneta. They go to Rad. And Rachel Andakis, our queen, or former Queen Tamaraw.
That's right.
Showing us how it's done.
Yes, very explosive, snappy leg, snappy hit. Although the block is aligned against her, pero binilisan, you know, going over it.
And one thing you love about Rad, coach, is that she is fearless. Absolutely fearless.
Definitely.
So you're trying to chase that, and that will be a point for Signal.
So I think CHERY will call for a challenge.
That's going to be our first challenge
That's right.
of our game.
How do you like that, Billy, the challenge system? You know, at one point, wala pa yan, but now it came back again.
It's very interesting, coach, because especially in games like this, when every single point matters,
Oh, yeah.
right? And ang ano lang, nakaka-suspense, diba yung paghihintay? Pati yung music, it doesn't help that the music is suspense, full of suspense.
It can be used by both teams, you know, strategy, pwedeng i-ice up mo yung isa, you know, those kind of things. And what it does is, yung dynamism, di ba? Nagkakaroon ng iba-ibang klaseng spice.
Correct. And right now, we are looking at the CHERY TIGGO team on your screens, waiting for that replay that we're gonna see, and if that challenge was successful or unsuccessful. How about you, coach? As a coach yourself, what does it mean to you, yung mga challenge na ganito?
Well, one, we know that malaki ang human error. So there you go. Look at this on the screen. They challenged for a block touch and they got it. There you go.
So good call there
Good call.
by CHERY TIGGO. They get that point. As we go to our first technical timeout of set number 1.
Challenge is successful. Point for CHERY TIGGO. First technical timeout. 8. CHERY TIGGO. 5. Signal. And then the first technical timeout.
Switch to Signal postpaid for more super loaded bonding moments. Get free 3 months and more when you subscribe today. Call 8888-5555 now. Still here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Game between Signal and CHERY TIGGO as Sevijovic goes and no-go. We go Rad. That was EJ Laure with a dig. The ball is kept alive. Cayuna will send it to Rose Doria.
Wow, did you see that, Billy? Both teams are actually deploying all tempos of attack. Right there, you can see Cayuna going for a quick attack. They're kind of measuring the defense of CHERY TIGGO here. They're kind of trying to break it down.
Right now, Coach, Signal is at 6 points. CHERY TIGGO up by 2 with 8. As Doria will serve. Unfortunately, that will go straight to the net. And that is her first service error of the game.
You know about service errors, Billy. If you're playing in the first few parts of the game or the set, okay lang yun, acceptable the errors because
Yung medyo dulo na.
that's right. Oh, because you wanna use the serve as a offensive tool, right?
Correct. And right now, CHERY TIGGO with a 3-point advantage as Sevijovic goes for a swing. Cayuna will give it to Dakis. The drop is good.
So this is an example of a volleyball game trying to turn it into a chess game, right there. You know, no need to go for a hard shot. Sabi ganun ng Signal. You You know, just look for the seam. Look
Correct.
for the spot.
It's not all about the powerful spikes.
Correct.
But
Correct.
volleyball IQ is very, very important
Yes.
as well. Durendes will give it to Sevijovic again. Good defense by Signal. Dakis, she's on a roll. Ball is kept alive. Sevijovic again, challenging those blockers, but the ball is kept alive. What a good dig by CHERY TIGGO. And Rachel and Dakis just paving the way for Signal in set number 1,
That's
Coach.
correct. You know, one thing that's very noticeable with Rachel today and her first game in the semifinals, yung bilis, yung power, no? That dinagdag niya for this first game in the semifinals.
And that will be a free point given to CHERY TIGGO by Jel Cayuna, who is actually a good server.
Well,
So
she's
that's very uncharacteristic of her.
That's correct. Yeah, she's a top-ranking server for the whole conference right now. But like again, probably she's using it. She's trying to measure kung pwede na bang gawing offense ito.
Signal's trailing by 2 points. 8-10 is our score. Durendes will give it to Paat. That is off cue for Maylene Paat.
Yes, it's coming off from a off-system dig from CHERY, and now they chose to go to Pat on the right side. Unfortunately, it was out.
So we're having a pretty close set number 1. Will this be an indication, you know, for the sets to come? That's what we're gonna see. We'll find out later on. But for now, Paat will get her point.
Alam mo, Billy, I'm preparing for a long game today because this is a really good matchup.
It is,
Yeah.
Coach. Signal, they were ranked 4th in our preliminary round. CHERY TIGGO at 2nd, but of course, dito sa ating semifinals, that does not matter.
That's right.
Clean slate, as I mentioned, for both our teams.
That's
the great thing about it too. As that will sail out. Oh, that will be an ace.
Yes.
For,
first ace.
Yes, for Sevijovic.
To Sevijovic.
Cayuna to Angeli Araneta.
Going on for the middle attack right there. One tempo. 1-on-1 situation. One attacker, one blocker. Daming angulo. And she went for the right side. Very powerful.
Jasmine Abor, back set to Maylene Paat. And it's funny, Coach, a lot of the fans have been calling her Paat Charapor. Kasi nga para siya yung second reinforcement ng CHERY TIGGO. I mean, take a look at her numbers. She's been averaging around 20 points per game. If I'm not mistaken, her lowest output was around 13 or 14 points, which isn't even that bad.
Correct. Double digit. Imagine that. Imagine the preparation she did, no? Coming into this conference.
But Coach, let's talk a bit about her. What changed in her game here in this conference?
Well, I think, ako, Billy, I really believe that the strongest tool in the player is always the mind, you know? I can see now the difference watching her through all the conferences. Yung maturity niya, ibang klase, you know? To be able to deliver a consistent double-digit performance every game, that's purely mental.
Of course, that's going to give her that confidence to perform well in every single game.
Yes.
Right now, let's take a look at the score. 14-11, still in favor of CHERY TIGGO.
You know what I'm seeing here? CHERY, knowing that Signal is controlling the net in terms of blocking, no? They're one of the dominant blocking team. You will notice how they move their spikers around, you know, the net.
So
no?
they've been adjusting really
Correct,
well.
yes. They wanted to challenge the block of Signal.
And that's why they are in the lead right now. But Ces Molina, she's got other plans for Signal. We know what she's capable of. We know how reliable she is, especially in pressure-packed situations.
Correct.
You know, Coach, she's not the flashiest player, not the loudest on the court, but she's effective, and that's the most important thing.
Yes, we heard her a while ago before, you know, the game, and she said, kahit hindi ako mag-stand out, di ba?
Pero nag-stand out siya ngayon, Coach.
Pero nag-stand out siya.
Sa hair niya.
Oh.
Yun lang.
Bagay kaya sa akin yan.
Try natin, Coach. Or pwede ring red. fiery red, like, or magenta, like Maylene
That's
Paan
right.
and her hair. Two of the best local players of both Signal and Cherry TIGGO. And right now, it is just a 1-point advantage for the white shirts. Ces Molina will serve.
Very
That was a
good,
serve.
challenging serve.
EJ Lare, that is going to be a free ball given here to Signal. They go to Dakis, good dig by Doremde, siguro Karandang. Another good dig. Chansa para sa white shirts, Karandang. Nandoon si Doria.
Well, Doria right there, dominating the block. I think she's on the top 3, best blocking player. Yes, number 3 in the individual blocking performance, and you can see it right there. Very lined up, very good read from Doria.
And right now we are tied at 14 as we see some fresh legs for Cherry TIGGO. Santiago Manabat as well as Alina Bicar will join their teammates on the court as Ces Molina continues to serve for Signal. Bicar will give it to Santiago Manabat. Cayuna to Dakis with a push. Nobody there for Cherry TIGGO, and Signal takes that lead.
Wow, you can see there early on to this set, you can see Rachel Dakis deploying different kinds of tactical attacks. A good mixture of tips and hard shots.
As Cherry TIGGO calls for time.
Isip tayo ng maayos, nasa tayo na maganda. Ibigay mo yung play ng maayos. Okay, tapos balik tayo doon sa depensa, balik natin yung gana doon sa loob ng court. Sunod-sunod din down natin doon. Okay, naka-ready naman tayo doon sa depensa. Huwag lang natin panoorin, tapos kuha lang tayo ng kuha para makabawi tayo.
Don't stop, guys! Don't stop! Don't stop! Hey, Cherry!
You heard it from coach, kailangan alagaan ng depensa. That is the soul of the game. Very important that you keep a good consistency in the read and the pursuance on defense.
So it has been an uphill climb for Signal here in this set, and they finally take that lead, as we mentioned, 15-14. Ces Molina, she will continue to serve, and she's been serving well for Signal.
Not too hard, not too soft, just enough to bring a challenge to the passing line of Cherry.
Good blocking by Signal as Cayuna will give it to Doria. Nandoon si Karandang. This time to Rad. Na-check siya doon as Manabat will try. Blocking is steady for Signal. That will be an attack error outside for Cherry TIGGO.
Yes. Interesting rally, Billy. You can see that. Oh, there's a challenge.
There's another challenge being called here by Cherry TIGGO. That is challenge number 2 for them. May block touch daw doon.
That's right.
And now we wait if it's successful or if it's unsuccessful.
Ang galing, the coaches, for me, it's the seventh man of the team. And, they're always on the toes, always, looking. There you go, a block touch. Challenge is another successful challenge from Cherry TIGGO.
Another good call here by Cherry TIGGO. That is the second successful challenge for them. So they tie this game. We're at 15 all. Worth it naman yung mga risk, no? Itong Cherry TIGGO.
It gives out a good vibe also to the players that they know that their coaches are really on top of everything.
Exactly.
Very important.
They have that support from their coaching staff. However, that will be a service error as we go to our second technical timeout. Signal in the lead, 16-15. Catch the UAAP Season 85 cheer dance competition as the 8 cheering squads from all 8 universities perform on December 10 at the Mall of Asia Arena. Watch the action live on the UAAP Varsity channel and One Sports starting at 4 p.m. Hashtag Rise as One. We're still here at the Phil Sports Arena in the heart of Pasig City. Billy Capistrano with Coach Babes Castillo. You see the CHERY TIGGO crossovers on your screens. They are taking on the CIGNAL HD Spikers. This is our semi-finals day 1.
We are almost halfway through the first set. Makikita mo, Billy, nobody's like pulling out, no? In terms of points. So you can see the maturity on both teams still measuring each other out.
And we talk about it off-air, Coach Babes. It's a pretty slow-paced game here in set number 1. And they're just warming up, sabi nga. They're just warming up. So it might be a long game. We don't know yet.
Yes.
But right now, CIGNAL has that 2-point advantage versus CHERY TIGGO. And Doria will be on deck to serve for CIGNAL. Also a great conference for her.
Yes.
A great year for her, actually.
That's correct. You know.
And that will be an ace for Rose Doria, 3rd best blocker in the league rather.
That's right. You know, in this high level of game, the service is very important. You really need to use it as an offensive tool. And yung counterpart naman doon, the passing equally must be always managed, no? Very important yan.
Right now, Doria has 4 points under her belt as Bikar will send it to Sevijovic. Kayuna to Rad. Picked up by Doremdes, doing everything she can. Here comes Sevijovic again. Great hustle plays from both our teams. This is going to be a chance ball for CIGNAL. As Kayuna again to Rachel Adakis.
There you go. You see that rally, 4 consecutive rally. Makikita mo doon, Billy. The way the setters break down the block, you know, waiting for the right moment. Very good.
As the crossovers will call for time.
Kaya gumagalaw yung bola eh. So once na nakita nyo na, tamaan nyo na para makontrol nyo, alina, magbibigay kayo na ng play. Pag maganda, tuloy ang play. Pag wala, binigyan na maganda. Ganda mo na yung pinaka-bigay na maganda doon sa dulo-dulo.
Guys, gustuin natin! Gustuin
Kontrolin
natin!
natin. Kontrolin natin. Walang problema. Sige lang, habulin lang natin. Dahan-dahan na tayo.
Establish yung block nyo. Guys, establish yung block nyo, ha?
You heard the instructions, so tama tayo, Billy. Dahan-dahan lang. That's the game plan for specifically for CHERY TIGGO. Not to go in too fast right away. Dahan-dahan lang. Sukatin lang natin.
So there's no sense of panic just yet on the side of CHERY TIGGO. It is a 4-point lead now for CIGNAL. So they have taken control of our set number 1. As Alina Bikar will give it to Karandang. Single block by Ria Meneses. And that is in. That is in for CHERY TIGGO.
One of the very rare moments in volleyball, getting a point from a free ball, no? But, of course, we'll take it, right? Sabi ni CHERY TIGGO.
Let's take a look at that again. That was a block from Ria Meneses. And Buding.
And Buding
surprisingly gets her
three-ball point.
Yeah, gets a point here. Let's get back to this game. Kayuna to Riri. Sevijovic. She's been struggling quite a bit here.
Right.
Good blocking by CHERY TIGGO. Santiago Manabat. Rad. She continues to dominate here in set number 1, Coach.
Everything is working for Rachel Andakis. You know, a lot, like I said a while ago, she's deploying a lot of tactical attacks. Good combination of tips, digs, and in that moment, a wipe off on the block.
And that was point number 7 for Rachel Andakis, the team captain of the CIGNAL HD Spikers.
So it's really, Billy, a game of rhythm, no? You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so tiyaga lang.
At kung sino magkocontrol ng tempo ng laro.
Yes.
Mahabol naman ang CHERY TIGGO crossovers as Paat and Nabor will check back in.
Yes. So before the substitution, you saw that Baliton going in for a quick, very good timing, going for a cross hit.
Balaton is the 5th best blocker in terms of our rankings. As Nabor serves, Cayuna, back set to Meneses. She is blocked. Nabor will give it to Paat. Massive block there by Signal. Paat will try again. Better approach. As they give it to Araneta, there's a joust. Paat, smart move. Buhay pa rin ang bola. Molina from the back. They're gonna up for this chance ball given to Signal. Ball still good. Hindi lang nataas ni Meneses, but you know, Coach, we gotta commend the hustle of both our teams. You know that they want to win this game.
Of course, it's a really good. Every time you attempt for the ball, it's a really good energy that you bring out to the team, no? And now that both teams' blocking system is activated, kailangan yon. You gotta pursue.
And mind you, this is just set number 1.
Yep.
2-point advantage for Signal. Cayuna to Rad from the other side. We'll put her anywhere, whatever side of the court. Sa harap, sa likod, left or right, she's gonna deliver.
Yes. So 2 things you'll see here, Billy. You know, CHERY TIGGO's effort on the block and Rachel's ability to deploy a lot of attack systems, no? Attack tactics.
So good serve from her. Sevijovic gets it through. That is just her 2nd point of the game.
Napapikit siya doon. Finally, she said, I got a point again.
It's 19, serving 21.
She's ranked number 7 in the serving department.
A skilled server for CHERY TIGGO. As Nabor will give it to EJ Laure for the cross court.
Very strong one for Laure. There you go. There will be a challenge coming from Signal. I think foot fault. There you go. While I think I saw that Jasmine coming down from a set.
And that is going to be the first challenge called by the Signal HD Spikers. Dalawa na ang challenge na natawag. A successful challenge for CHERY TIGGO. So Signal, they're hoping for that foot fault. As we saw a while ago, the score right now is 21-19 in favor of Signal.
So critical to, 2 points is always a critical position for both teams, not only for the one na nilalamangan, but also for the one leading.
So we're gonna see if this will be successful or unsuccessful for the Signal HD Spikers.
So tama yung call ni Coach. Importante you keep the lead, be aggressive, and here you go. You can see the screen, center line fault. Ooh.
What is your assessment, Coach?
Well, I think it's one of your successful challenge. Oh, no.
They say no?
No.
And that will be no.
All right, there you go.
That will be the last call. It is unsuccessful. Thumbs up na lang.
Thumbs up na lang.
Okay, move on na down. But right now, they cut it down. It's just a 1-point lead for Signal. Point stays with CHERY TIGGO.
Oh, right away. Look at that.
And there was a touch.
So you see that strategy, Billy. As soon as the referee made the whistle, Sevijovic right away made a serve, catching Signal.
And because we are tied, they are going to call a timeout.
Sama yung medium doon. Cross na yung kunin mo. Ding! Saka buding, kunin mo na yung dito ha. Pinapakuha kayo dito sa kabila. Okay, ganun din sa'yo. Cross court pa rin. Sa'yo, establish mo yung nasa harap ka ba? Well, establish mo yung cross court. Yung drop court, ready ka.
There you have it, tied at 21, Signal and CHERY TIGGO. It is proving to be an interesting matchup between both our teams.
Like right here on the serve a while ago, her last serve, a point that they got from Signal, sinurprise niya no? After the whistle, serve siya kagad. So that's a very good strategy.
Yeah, and Signal was taken by surprise. Sorry, Coach.
Yes, taken by surprise right there.
Biglang bawi naman itong Signal HD Spikers. They get to that point. It's back to a 1-point lead.
And they're getting it from an error from Laure's left wing attack. But yan yung mga going into the 20 points and going all the way to 25. Yan yung ima-manage mo yung errors. There you go. So now service errors are not acceptable anymore if you're a coach. Yeah.
So it's a race to the finish of this set number 1. As we see some substitutions, Adorador, or Shy Adorador, will go straight to the service line for Baliton.
And now you will see which team will stay calm, stay composed to finish the set.
We will see in just a few moments, Coach, as Adorador serves. Ang gandang regalo para kay Maylin Pat. And they take that lead,
Yes,
23-22.
Yes, very quick to recognize the free ball pass right there from Pat, going for an offensive block, turning it into an attack.
Also good
I
serve
like
from
that,
Adorador.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Setting it up for Pat.
Absolutely. And we have Tiberia on your screens, their reinforcement from New Orleans. And that last game, she was amazing versus Choco Mucho. Hoping she adds a little bit more fire to the Signal team. They go to Laure. Puntos para sa Signal. Another deadlock here in our game.
And here you can see Signal's blocking prowess, getting a point for them in this very crucial part of the game at 23 all.
No one wants to give way. No one wants to give up.
Yan ang semifinals.
Couldn't agree with you more, Coach Babes.
Yeah.
We live for moments like this.
That's
as
right.
Molina will go for the swing, and she is denied.
There you go, CHERY, TIGGO answering back on their blocking line. Stopping Molina right there on the left wing.
So it was a back and forth affair now, Coach Babes. Sa
Yes.
una, CHERY TIGGO's leading, and then gumanti naman yung Signal HE
Gantihan lang,
Spikers.
yeah.
And
that's what you want, You want to answer back right away. Do not delay. Got to be quick on your answer.
Correct, and now CHERY TIGGO is at set point. They need something good. They go to Molina. She delivers.
And Molina said, not yet.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Di pa tapos.
Yeah, di pa tapos. Let me finish it first. Let me bring it closer, 24 all, and over the block hit from Molina.
And she will be on deck to serve for Signal. She was serving good a while ago.
Yes. And this is a deadly position because Molina has been serving really well.
Good serve from her. They go to Pat from the back row. That sails outside.
A very good swing though, very good swing, very good tempo, outside lang.
And now Signal gets their first set point.
That's right. You can see here on the screen, very good swing. Although the result is not favorable, but again, keep on swinging. That's what you want in this kind of situation.
25 serving 24. Jasmine Nabor will give it to EJ Laure. She's blocked. They go to Nabor, who tried to spike that one. Cayuna to Bieria with a drop. Good defense by Paat. We got a game going on here.
Ooh.
That was a miscue.
A miscue, yeah.
A sorry miscue for Rose Doria.
All right, there you go. So, well, the pass came in too fast. Well, because it's coming from a very strong hit from Laure. And na-miscalculate ni Doria yung set, no?
And right now, Coach Babes, 25 all. Would you look at that?
There you go. So the excitement, I like the way the excitement is building up. First set pa lang to, di ba? Walang point na ibinibigay.
It's been quite the set number 1. It's not over yet. EJ Laure serving. Cayuna finds Bieria. Tucks it in, but the ball is still alive.
Still
It's
alive.
still playable. Cayuna back to Bieria. She said, I had unfinished business.
That's right.
Let me do my thing. Here it is.
yan ang, you know, that's the pro. No, that's the pro. Hindi pumasok first time. Well, double the speed, double the power. And she made it, getting a critical 1-point lead for CHERY TIGGO.
And Beria had 18 big points against Choco Mucho.
Again, that's the character of Signal, you know. Always like just progressing, moving up slowly but surely.
26-25 in favor of Signal. Seviovic answers back.
Very, very good strategy right there. Instead of going for a cross, she went for the line, the shortest line, going over the block, down to the left corner.
As Baleton checks in for Shaya Adorador. They
You
have
can
more
see-
height now in front.
Yes, you can see here the strategy. They want to set up a good block right away via the height. No?
Beria again goes for the drop. And they were not expecting that. Well, she noticed Baleton come in.
That's right, yeah. But that was a good strategy for CHERY, you know. The blocking worked, you know. No strong attacks. But the second row defense, dapat na-recognize yun.
Dapat may coverage
Dapat
pa
may
din.
coverage. Yun. That's an expected attack right away. No strong. Anticipate the tips.
Cayuna serving. Good serve. That was a good serve from Jel Cayuna, and that is why she's one of the top servers for the Signal HD Spikers. And that is it for our set number 1. Did you expect, Coach, it was going to be that long?
No, not really. Actually, on the 24th pa lang kanina, I thought it's going to be over. But like I said, I like the way the both teams are actually maturely doing it really slow, waiting for the right moment. But unfortunately, errors will took the points from Signal.
All right, more volleyball when we return. We're back here at the Phil Sports Arena in the heart of Pasig City. This is your semifinals day 1, game 2. The Signal HE Spikers take that set from the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. And Coach Babes, it was a very interesting set number 1 for all of us. What can you say about that set?
Definitely. You know, you were asking a while ago, do you like that? No. When the teams are competing and nobody is like really showing off the power right away. Dahan-dahan, one foot over the other. My answer is, it really depends on your players, no? If you have like the likes of Priscilla, who's parang naturally powerful, then go for it, you know, go power right away. But this is the kind of game that na magandang makita, you know, because like I said, it's a lot of strategic moves, no? So there you go. You can see here on the leaderboard, you know, on this set, Signal overpowering CHERY TIGGO on the attacks, having 3 more points on the attacks. But, you know, the blocking department belongs to CHERY TIGGO. And that's a good answer, no? They know that they need to step it up on the block, even on the serves, and almost even on the airs that they gave out each other. 8 for Signal and 7 for CHERY TIGGO.
And that was the story for our set number 1, 37 minutes. And you're talking about it, ni Coach Babes. You think it's going to be a long game? Well, it might be.
Well, the way they're playing, most likely it's going to be a long game kasi nga parang chess match siya, you know? Everybody's measuring each other out, waiting for the right moment, and hindi kailangan ng power, no? Dahan-dahan muna.
You gotta be intelligent on that court as well, and that's very, very important. Our 2 teams, you know, clean slate nga, sasabi natin kanina in set number 1. And that's why they are giving it their all here in our game.
And you can see it in the numbers. You look at the opponent's error, the errors that they gave out to each other. Ano lang, control. Hindi masyadong malayo. So, this will be going to be a very interesting match.
Absolutely, as we have set number 2 underway. Again, we would like to invite you, if you're near the Phil Sports Arena, go ahead and watch this great matchup between these two teams. As Seviovic will go for the first swing. That will be an attack error for her.
Yeah, you can see there, Seviovic going for a left wing, but it went outside. Mukhang rhythm issue ito, Billy. Mukhang wala pa siya sa rhythm right now. But the only solution there is just keep on swinging.
Right now, Seviovic has 4 points in our game as Jel Cayuna will serve. Good serve. They go to Paat. Nobody there for Signal.
Yeah. Always explosive. Going over the block. That will set out the tone on the attack naman for CHERY TIGGO. No? Importante rin yun. Look at that. Very powerful. Fast attack cross court from Paat.
We are tied at 1 as Seviovic will serve. Cayuna will find Bieria.
Very good distribution. I have to give credit to Cayuna there, separating the block right away. Using the pin on the left side. Pin is yung nag-guide on the left side and then holding down the middle block.
Alina Becar. That will go to CHERY TIGGO. That was a violation called on Ces Molina. And you can see, Coach, that Becar is starting the second set in lieu of Jasmine Abor.
That's right. Okay yun. Ganda yun. To change the rhythm a bit, discover what Becar can give and dynamics of the attack that she can give out.
She's also one of the youngest players here for CHERY TIGGO. As Cayuna back set kay Angeli Araneta, picked up by Baleton. Paat. That is way off for Mylene.
Well, she recognized it right away. Alam niya, she went under the ball, instead of just behind the ball. But what will you expect from Paat? Quick recovery right away.
And that's, that's the maturity, Coach,
Yes,
that you were saying a while
definitely.
ago. She doesn't really dwell
Yeah.
on the things that do not go her way.
That's right. That's right.
That's why she has been so efficient here for CHERY TIGGO. 1 point advantage for Signal. Nobody there, but ball is still alive. EJ Laure goes for the swing. Chansa para sa CHERY TIGGO. EJ will try again. That's the same spot, Coach, as we turn it over to Rain Dixon.
It was mentioned earlier that the Signal HD Spikers are one of those teams that have a well-balanced offense. This means that there's not just one scorer, but the whole team contributing in the scoring. Jel Cayuna told me earlier that this is a conscious effort on her part. Sabi nga niya, may tiwala naman siya sa lahat ng Spikers ng Signal, which makes her job easier as a setter. Coming into the match, the veteran said eager sila bumawi at gusto nila ituloy yung momentum dito sa semifinals. Can they do just that? Let's see as we return here in set number 2.
Thank you so much for that, Rain. So we put a spotlight on Jel Cayuna. What
That's
can you
right.
say about Jel, Coach?
Well, there you go. She's doing it in her actions right now. The decision making is very good. The job of the center is to really eliminate the block. And so far, meron siyang one-on-one situation like you will see here. A one-on-one situation from her quicker in one block. And a while ago, a 0 block on the right side. So she's really doing a good job in distributing the sets.
Right now, Jel Cayuna, she's a 4th best setter.
Yep.
In terms of our rankings, 3.78 excellent sets per set. And they're gonna call a challenge again. Talking about Signal, ball in, ball out. Let's take a look at that. This is their first challenge of our second set.
You can see right now, Signal is using their serves. Really using it as an offense. Kaya nag-outside yun eh. Because they can recognize that the passing line ng CHERY a while ago, medyo malambot.
So tignan natin yun.
Yes. Here you go. Will it? Oh, there you go. It's out.
And there you have it, clear as day.
Yeah. About 2 inches away from the end line.
So it is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful, yeah.
For Signal and Coach Shaq de los Santos. Play continues. CHERY TIGGO holding on to that slim 1-point push against the HD Spikers.
Yes, again, a repeat of the story from the first set, no? 1 point lead lang.
As Cayuna will give it to Meneses, who scores her second point. So naghilit pa siya. And ngayon, she's fully alive here in our second set. She was struggling quite a bit with her attacks in the first one.
And now they're recognizing the tips. Look at that, a quick but a tip. They wanted to go for a tip. They can see a big seam on the second line defense. So mukhang marami tayong makikita.
5-all is our score. As Bekar, pupuntahan si Seviovic.
There you go. Now she's getting her rhythm.
Point number 5 for CHERY TIGGO as reinforcement.
You know, if Seviovic continue to make this very good rhythm on the attack, makukompleto na yung triumvirate nila ng atake ni Paat and Laure.
And that is another point, Coach, for Riri Meneses. Third point for her, all here in our second set, in the early parts of our second set.
So it's working eh. So, they can see that they don't need to hit hard right now. Another tip, another point for them. I think they will continue doing this until hanggang kumukuha sila ng puntos. Diba?
And credit that setting, of course, of Jel Cayuna.
Of course, yeah.
Bekar to Seviovic again. They're asking for a check, and they're gonna get it.
Oh, no need for a challenge. The umpire signaled a check right there. So it seems like it's Seviovic is getting a rhythm now. No? Like I said, very important to complete yung left and right triumvirate.
That will be a point for Signal. It hit the antenna.
That's the purpose of the block. You know, if you cannot get a stuff block, force the attacker to make her least favorite attack. And in that case, yung off the block.
And you capitalize on it.
You capitalize on it.
7-all, another deadlock here in set number 2. They set it over to Mylene Paat. Picked up by Ces Molina. They find Bieria all the way in the other side. Ball is kept alive. They'll try again. She gets the point. With that, Signal still in the lead, 8-7. We'll be right back. Follow my team Gilas Filipinas and watch and support Gilas Filipinas live in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023. Follow My Team Pass Philippines is now available to give you access to all 5 Gilas Filipinas games in the preliminary round. Purchase your tickets via register.worldcup.basketball. #WinForAll. We're still here at the PhilSports Arena in Pasig City. Set number 2 between the CHERY TIGGO crossovers led by Helena Seviovic. We have Alina Bekar as well playing now. We got Jasmine Abor sitting on the bench for now. She'll make a reappearance later for sure. But syempre on the other side, you have Jel Cayuna, Tai Bieria.
Yes. So here, you know, again, Signal is trying to challenge the serving line again of CHERY TIGGO. Probably getting over-eager to make their serve turn into a point. Nag-error ngayon sa serve.
Another deadlock, Coach Babes, here in our set number 2. So dikit na dikit talaga yung laban natin. The exchange service errors. The lead will go back to the Signal HD Spikers.
It's still okay. You're still in the first third of the set. You know, pag nag-cross ka na sa 15, then you really gotta manage all your service errors.
Bekar, back set to Paat. Seviovic from the back row, picked up
Good
by
back row.
Bierria. To Araneta.
Dig.
Back to Laure. She is blocked. Ball with the white shirts. They go to Paat with a drop. Great reaction by Signal, but there was a collision between Juneta and Angeli Araneta going for that
Yes.
dig, Coach Babes.
Signal got the point, but yeah, there is a collision. No, I think it's a headbutt between Araneta.
But she's okay. Kinabahan si Jack Junela doon.
Ay, kahit ako
Kinabahan siya doon, but she's okay. There you have it there. I think it was her shoulder. You could see her shoulder
You
hit.
see also dun sa forehead niya, and she's cringing. No, she's cringing.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But she's okay. Ayan.
Oh, look at
Very concerned teammates, but Angeli says she's okay. She smiles she smiled rather when she stood up. So, A-okay. Let's start this game again. And that will be a free point given to CHERY TIGGO. We're now at 9-all. It's just been deadlock after deadlock here in set number 2.
And quite a number of error serves from both teams.
Rose Baleton, 3 points for her in this game. She will serve.
That's a good serve.
Cayuna will give it to Ces Molina. Good dig by
Very
Baleton.
good cross combination right there. Oop.
That clearly hit the antenna for Angeli Araneta. And Coach Babes, they're tied again. This time at 10.
Well, here you go. Coming from a cross attack right here, he chose Araneta on the right side, but it went a little bit wide, hitting the antenna. And an easy point for CHERY TIGGO.
And some interesting trivia, Coach Babes.
Oh.
9th deadlock.
9th deadlock. There you go.
Here in set number 2.
You know, I
I'll
remember-
clarify, but as per
So
our
it's official. This is the 9th.
statistician, 9th deadlock.
I remember my high school days when you count how many OKs your teacher will say. Parang ganun to eh. How many deadlocks are we gonna experience today?
Coach, di ka nakikinig ah. Anyway, 11-10 is our score. The Signal in the lead. Ces Molina with a drop.
And they're trying to go for the tip again. That's been working for them.
Good defense though by CHERY
That's
TIGGO.
correct, yeah.
Cayuna will give it to Riri Meneses.
Wow, that very good combination attack from Signal right there. A little bit of a tip, making them work their legs and then closing it down with a hard middle hit.
And Riri Meneses has
Riri
just been so
Meneses.
effective
That's
here
right,
in the
yeah.
second set.
I like her eh, no? Nakita mo na eh. Nakikita niya when to do a fast hit, when to do a tip.
She's also such a smart player. No
Yes.
wonder she was a best blocker. She's won numerous best blockers awards rather, as they go to Angeli Araneta, soaring and flying. But there was a net touch.
Yep.
But still a good
Oh,
swing.
challenge, yeah.
There's going to be a challenge call. Let's take a look at that again, just to clarify things a little bit.
Oh no, there's a substitution, but no challenge yet. No challenge.
No
Just
challenge.
a substitution. So that was a clear down the line from the blocking gap. CHERY TIGGO.
3 points ang lamang ng Signal HD Spikers, and it all happened so fast. We were just talking about that deadlock. However,
Again.
here comes another service error. A 3-point given to CHERY TIGGO.
So they're closing in on the first half of the second set. Dito, kailangan talaga i-manage na nila yung errors nila sa serve. Good pass.
Cayuna will find Molina. They give it to Adorador. And she gets her first point of the game.
That's what's good about back row attack. You know, you have enough space. You got about 3 meters space. Ang daling mag-accelerate ng atake mo. You can also get your angles there. So, yun yung nakita natin kay Adorador.
Cayuna will give it to Meneses. Blocked by Carandang. Araneta, nandoon si Duremdes.
Yeah, they're still trying. Signal is still trying those low tips.
That was going to be outside, but they're going to call a challenge.
Yeah.
We see it already.
Rightfully
Seviovic
so.
looked at their coaching staff, and she gave a nod. That is going to be, they're going to call rather a block touch.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can see it here. It's kind of pwedeng mag-touch.
Because in that sequence, we saw Tiberia in the back. She ducked a little bit just to avoid that ball. Right now, the score is 13-12. Signal holding on to that lead. As we wait for what really happened, kung block touch nga ba or wala. This is CHERY TIGGO's first challenge in our second set.
But so far, no, ang ganda ng utilization both teams.
Let's take a look at what happened. Is it a block touch?
It is.
It was the index finger.
And the index pointer finger.
Good call again. 3 of 3. 3 of 3 ang CHERY TIGGO in terms of their challenges being successful.
Ang galing nun.
Deadlock number 10 for us. Kayuna. Tumbolina.
Yeah, good save.
Boy pa din ang bola. They'll go to Riri. She's blocked. They're gonna chase it. Paat will give it to Adorador.
Wow, look at that.
And that is inside for Shaya Adorador. And they take the lead 14-13.
You can see her reaction quite intensified right there. Because you can see the swing. Ang lakas ng swing niya nun.
That's her third point. Talking about Adorador. They go to Molina. Wow. Smart play by Seth.
Yeah. So now, ang ganda nun, interesting. Quite a different kind of tip, a power tip from Molina. You know, those who are watching here, young aspiring volleyball players, ayan, ganyan dapat karami yung tactical attacks mo.
Get back to this game. Smart move by Alina. May kaming patingin ko sa kabilang direction, di ba? Well, she gets that point, helps her team.
Ang galing. You know, it kind of manages the energy of the team, you know, when your set is going for, you know, an attack, no? Turning yourself in offense right away.
They take the lead 15-14.
Yeah, very consistent serve from Adorador.
No good for Bikar. Here's a chance for Signal.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
so far, Signal, it's working for Signal. You know, those slow shots, roll shots, tip shots. So far, di pa nakukuha ni CHERY yung legs nila on those kind of drop shots.
We are at 15 all, so a very slow-paced game we're having right now, especially here in the second set. So mas tikit pa yung laban natin here in set number 2 compared to set number 1.
Yeah.
Because we saw in set number 1, CHERY TIGGO was able to pull away for a little bit.
But now, parang ayaw pa nila, eh, no?
Not yet, as Veria gets another point. And with that, we go to our second technical timeout. Signal in the lead, 16-15.
Hi, ang matchup na excited ako is between Mylene Paat and Ria Meneses.
The biggest basketball event in 2023 is coming to the Philippines. Purchase your FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 Ultimate Finals Fan Pass and get access to the much-anticipated FIBA World Cup 2023 Championship game, along with the Battle for Third Place game, semifinals, and quarterfinals games. Visit register.worldcup.basketball for more details. #WinForAll. set number 2, Signal in the lead by 1 point, 16-15 against CHERY TIGGO. Alina Bicar to Saviovic. Straight to the net for Saviovic, a little too low.
Yeah, so it's a rhythm issue here, no? I think for CHERY TIGGO, I think this is the right time to step up on the passes, on the digs, para makuha na nila yung momentum nila, you know, and I think this is the right time to do that.
They got to bring that energy as well. It's a 2-point lead now for Signal. They have that chance to run away with that lead if they want to. But we know CHERY TIGGO's not going to give up. Well, take a look at that from CHERY TIGGO.
Dorendes.
Bieria, that is in.
Meron tayong mga defensive spurts na nakita dito sa CHERY TIGGO that can ignite their energy on the defensive side. So, importante yan. But again, you know, Signal recognizing the seam on the backside, they took the point from there.
And we see Santiago Manabat joining her teammates on the court, trying to make a difference here for CHERY TIGGO. They're down by 3 points. Good serve by Ces Molina as Bicar will give it to Carandang, and she gets a point. And we love the celebration. They need that, diba, Coach? They need that energy. Talking about CHERY TIGGO.
Very important. Kailangan nandun ang energy. So, small victories, kailangan celebrate. Big time.
They trim the lead down to 2 points as Carandang on deck to serve for the white shirts. Cayuna, Bieria, making things happen still here for Signal. The push continues.
Now Signal is getting the 3-point lead. Kanina, mukhang natatapos na, Billy, yung ating mga, you know, tied all points. Ngayon, medyo nag-lead na ang Signal by 3.
Momentum right now on the side of Signal, and that is a service ace from Ria Meneses. And with that, the crossovers will call for time.
Timeout. Crossovers.
Nagsiservice na, nag-uusap tayo doon sa loob. Dapat habang nag-uusap, nakatingin kayo doon sa raid. Hindi tayo naka-ready doon, kaya tumatalas yung bola natin. Okay, kailangan natin ma-recover. Alina, kailangan natin maganda receive muna. Yung kombinasyon natin, wala tayong nagagawa kahit ano. Kahit isa, hindi ko pa nakikita. Kasi bakit? Wala tayong receive eh. Ngayon, yun doon sa receive, basa lang muna, tingin, 1, 2, tas kuha lang. Ngayon, kung hindi kaya, pagdating sa dulo, bigay sa iyo, atakin nyo na malakas. Lagi nyo atakin na malakas.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Malayo pa yan.
Mukhang seriously si Coach Don, you know, emphasizing on the always going and pursuing for the digs. Importante yun. That will set the energy of the team to pursue all the digs, and hopefully it will translate sa attack.
4-point lead for Signal. Make that a 5-point lead. And it's been the Ty Bieria show here in our second set, as expected from their reinforcement. Just bring that fire for the side of Signal.
You know, getting point from attack a while ago and now contributing again from the block.
Perhaps the biggest lead in our second set, 21-16. Araneta will give a free ball. They gotta get a good swing. They go to Santiago Manabat.
Well, it seems like everything's working for Signal. The blocking side again stopping. Dindin Manabat right here for the left swing. Working for them, no? Okay on.
They have control of set number 2, talking about Signal. Santiago Manabat with a drop. Cayuna will give to Bieria, making do.
Again for the tip, yeah. Easy points for Signal. Coach getting a timeout again. Hopefully, this will make a difference for them.
Train talaga nila na magpapayata na idadrop ulit. Alam nila yung weakness natin doon. Dapat i-recover natin yun. Ngayon, basa lang. Pagka lumapit yung isa doon, recover na lang doon sa likod. Depensa tayo na maayos. Kaya sino nasa harapan mo? Dalawa kayo din. Patakboy mo, run. Sige tayo.
much like their earlier timeout, it's all business on the side of the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. This is the biggest lead of our second set. It's now a 7-point push for Signal. Santiago Manabat.
There you go, bringing out the power right there. Much needed attitude, aggressiveness from CHERY TIGGO.
Buding just saving that one. Cayuna to Doria, finding that hole in the defense of CHERY TIGGO. Great placement by Rose Doria.
But I think she intended to hit it really fast, but it hit the tip of her finger luckily, and it still works for her.
And that puts the Signal HD Spikers at set point, 24-16. They look poised to win this second set as
Cross
Cayuna.
court from Dindin. Solid block. There you go.
Not yet.
Baliton.
Not yet,
Not
said
yet,
Rose
not
Baliton.
yet. And here you can see it here. You can see how Baliton made an effort on the middle block to close it down in the net.
And it must feel good to block a reinforcement.
Yes.
It's a great job to Baliton. Ball is still alive. They go to Paat. Cayuna to Bieria.
Very good play.
That is it.
Very good play from Cayuna.
From start to finish of the second set, Coach Ty Bieria was just phenomenal for the Signal HD Spikers.
Yes, and of course, Tiberia getting the point, but setting it up for her was Cayunan right there.
More volleyball action when we return.
You're so fine, oh cream line. I'll be yours till the end of time.
Nowhere to go but gas up! Happiness Signal!
CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Vroom vroom, skirt skirt.
We're still live here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. This is your semifinals, game 2. And now the Signal HD Spikers are ahead in this game. They won that second set 25-17 against the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Now, Coach Babes, it was pretty much the same storyline in the first part of that set. And then nag-lead yung Signal HD Spikers. They regained that momentum, they kept that momentum, and they sustained it all throughout.
So there you go. So it's basically an issue of momentum and rhythm, no? Talking a while ago, no, you were mentioning that I think Signal had a consecutive games,
yes.
no? Just closer to each other. So it looks like they're getting the hang of the rhythm. And look at this. Here you go on our points here. Completely dominating the attack. Signal right here, 7 points against CHERY TIGGO's 9 production points. No? Blocking dominated now. It's shifted. Kanina on the first set, CHERY TIGGO had the blocking area. Now Signal is controlling it. And also the serves. Error still the same, you know, not too far from each other. Halos balance sila ng errors.
So, Coach, what can you say about CHERY TIGGO's performance in that previous set? What do they need to do, rather, to be able to match up against the energy that Signal is giving?
Well, there you go. One word, energy. You know, you got to do it, you got to bring it. I know that this team, CHERY TIGGO, had a lot of lull days, no, in between. So maybe the rhythm was affected there. But again, the solution done is just to go back to it and work and, you know, mindfully give out the energy on all departments, no? Lalo na sa Pasa and Gigs. We saw it earlier.
And
Union.
coach,
Yeah.
you know, in the end of that second set, it was an 11-2 run
Yes,
for Signal.
Yes.
And CHERY TIGGO just had no answer to that run.
And you can see it sa defense and passing side. Makikita mo yung energy dyan. If the team is not working too much on the passing, then you're in danger.
Now the energy clearly over here in the side of the CHERY TIGGO crossovers via that attack by Helena Seviovic. Hopefully they're able to maintain it all throughout our set number 3.
Yeah, ganun lang, you know, keep on swinging. Put, you know, your full intent on really making the points. And you'll get there, yeah.
Absolutely, and Jasmine Abor now starting here in our set as Tiberia. She answers back, so it's a reinforcement, getting the first points for their teams here in set number 3.
Yes, but here you go, look at Signal now, you know, gaining the 2-set win. Obviously, you can see here from Tiberia's attack, very good rhythm, acceleration all the way, and making an exclamation point on the attack. So, there you go, got a lot of work that CHERY TIGGO has to put in this third set.
That was a 3-point given to CHERY TIGGO. They hold on to this 1-point lead. 2-1 is our score. Seviovic on deck to serve as Kayuna ibibigay kay Riri Meneses.
There you go, you know, Billy, once you have the rhythm, everything will become easy for you. Look at this shot, you know, one-on-one situation, not too spectacular, but it works for them. Again, putting the ball in the seam.
Everything will just fall into place.
Ganun lang yun.
Good serve. And that is point number 7 for Riri.
Well, you know, just go through it, go through the motion, enjoy it while you're getting points.
Mukha naman nag-enjoy siya, coach.
Nag-enjoy naman. And the whole team, you can see it.
They should be because they are up 2 sets to love here in our game. Kayuna back set to Araneta, challenging those blockers. Jasmine Abor, pupuntahan si Laure. Gets a point for herself.
Yes. This can be a turnaround point for CHERY TIGGO, making a run early on this third set.
As we turn it over to Rain Texon for her report. Go ahead, Rain.
In a team filled with relatively reserved veterans lies a youthful ball of energy in their reinforcement, Tiberia. She feels that her role beyond scoring points is balancing out the team's intensity with a calming smile. Whenever the HD Spikers start hitting rocky waters, Ty reminds them to let loose and just have fun. She reminds her teammates that they have been playing the same sport since they were little, so they should just trust their instincts and experience. When Signal needs a boost, all they have to do is look for their smiling foreign player. That's all for now. Back to the panel.
We love that report because right on cue, we saw that smile from Ty right there, and she has just been amazing this whole conference. And you're talking about it as well, Coach, that energy that she gives off sa kanyang team, no?
Yeah, no, she's the youngest, I think,
25
if I'm not
years
mistaken,
old.
yeah, of our reinforced ladies. And that's expected of her, no, for a young player. Yung energy and nakakahawa. Yun ang maganda.
Tama naman siya. They have a lot of reserve veterans on the side of the Signal HD Spikers, so she's there to inject some fun.
That's right. Yeah.
Some fun in her team. But right now is no fun for Signal because CHERY TIGGO has taken the lead 4-5.
And you know, sometimes na-overlook yun, lalo na ngayon in the professional league. Yung fun nawawala is minsan palaging serious, but you can see it from Signal. They're having fun.
Because fun, you know, it goes hand in hand with passion as well, Coach Babes. If you love what you do, then you gotta have fun while doing it.
Yes, yes.
Ty just proving that to us here.
On the back row, you can see it right here, middle pipe from Tiberia. Very good alignment, very good power, very fast.
5-all is our score. EJ Laure. That is off the block for Laure.
And on the CHERY TIGGO side, ganda nun sagot na yun. You know? Again, not too powerful, but ang ganda, very strategic. You aim for the blockers to block it and hopefully go for an out.
They take the lead, 6-5. We're off to the same start that we've had in the first set, the second set. Same story here. puntos para sa Signal care of Rose Dorian.
And, you know, the way it's delivered, look at that. Very easy, good pass, good set, clean shot. You know, I have to give credit to Kayuna. You know, consecutively 4 sets, always giving her attackers 1 block.
And
That's good skill.
She's just improved so much since
Yes.
her college days, Coach Babes, and you love to see the maturity and the confidence in Jel Kayuna.
And that's the character that she's giving to the team. Remember, this team is not, you know, springing too much on the high point and not going too low. Sa gitna lang sila eh. And it's working for them.
Rose Doria serving. She has 7 points right now. Karandang. Smart move. Karandang.
Having a taste of their own medicine right there, going for the tip to Karandang. Very good choice of shot right there in the middle seam.
Right against Riri Meneses as well. Tied at 7-all. Karandang preparing to serve for the white shirts. Kayuna will go to Bieria. Seviovic goes for the attack. Riri swipes it in, no go. Karandang will set up Seviovic. Challenging those blockers.
There we go.
As we go to our first technical timeout, CHERY TIGGO in the lead, 8-7. Can see on your screens work and work out. There's a volleyball camp on the side of CHERY TIGGO. So it's always nice, no, Coach Babes, to give back to the community when our volleyball players, they teach the young ones everything that they know.
Of course, you know, every time we're putting up a good game here in the PVL, ang daming bata ang nanonood. And it's always a good time to also contribute to our grassroots.
We are welcomed back by Hi Bieria. Another point for her. That is point number 15.
Good run for Tai. And contributing in a lot of areas, no?
Kayuna serving. Jasmine Abor. Pupuntahan si Mylene Paat. She's been awfully silent in this game. Bieria on the attack. Good dig by CHERY TIGGO. Seviovic. Babalik kay Bieria. She can do nothing wrong here in this game.
She's attacking and approaching on all different angles, variating her attacks. Slow, fast tip. And here you go, a powerful cross. Easy, powerful cross to the right.
Jel Kayuna, 9 serving 8. Her team is up in this game. They are leading 2 sets to love. But Seviovic wants to extend it. Will try to extend it. We're tied again at 9.
You know, I've seen a lot of teams really down in 2 sets and finally making your system work on the 3rd set and finishing it off all the way to the 5th set. Dami kong nakitang ganun.
Of course, all is not lost yet for CHERY
Of
TIGGO.
course.
Anything can happen. They have a very, very big chance of bouncing back. We know what they're capable of. They were the 2nd-ranked team in our preliminary round. They've had a lot of good games as well. That kala natin, you know, they wouldn't make it through, but they did.
So, but they have to figure out their defense system here, no? Ang dami ng tips that they're easily giving out to Signal.
1 point lead for Signal. 10 serving 9. Jasmine Abor back set to Seviovic. Tries for the other side. Jonella to Araneta. This is going to be a chance ball for the white shirts. Maylene Paat, she is blocked. Nabor to Baleton with a quick.
That was a spectacular set play right there. Medyo off yung dig, but the second contact is the one always transforming it from hard to easy set. There you go. Hard pass to easy set.
Elena Saviovic with 9 points in today's game. Cayuna to Angeli Araneta. Good dig by Buding. They go to Paat. Finding that opening. Capitalizing on it.
You see that reaction from Paat. Finally animated this one. And that's a very good showcase on a power tip from Paat right there, giving CHERY TIGGO a point, leading 11-10.
Right now, their team captain, Rachel Andakis, she is on the court. And if you remember, she played a great first set, Coach Babes.
Oh yeah, on the first 2 sets.
They need that offensive power from her. But that will be a point for CHERY TIGGO. 2-point advantage for the white shirts.
And there you go. The entry of Rachel here, I think, is a very good timing. Kailangan talaga they can produce and challenge the block of CHERY TIGGO.
Cayuna will go to Vieria from the back row. What a dig by Duremdes. There's a joust at the net. Ball is kept alive. They send it over. Jasmine Abor to Paat. No go. Saviovic ibibigay kay Laure. Riri Meneses. Paat was there. Cayuna back set to Araneta. Target lock for Angeli.
So there you go, Signal capitalizing on their very well executed rhythmic attack from defense. Again, pag nasa rhythm ka, you can see you will always have an easy point in any angle. Rhythm talaga eh.
Very, very important in this game. As CHERY TIGGO still in the lead, 12-11. Signal catching up. Doria, she's blocked. Riri. Ball is still alive. A little too late. Almost. Almost, but the ball changed its mind.
At some point,
decided not to go through.
Yeah, at some point it was already on the CHERY TIGGO side, but for some reason it went back in.
Let's take a look at it. You see Signal hoping and praying. But the point will go to CHERY TIGGO. 2-point lead for them. This is our set number 3, still here at the Phil Sports Arena. Baleton to serve. Cayuna back set to Araneta. Gets it.
I think from the looks of it, you are witnessing a very balanced attack contribution from Signal right here. I think if I'm not mistaken, they have equally balanced points, both in the right and the left. Ganda nito, because that will be quite a challenge for CHERY TIGGO's block.
There's going to be an error, a net touch violation. Called on a black shirt, so the point will go to CHERY TIGGO. That was Rose Doria.
Right there, you can see a clean attack, but they got the point from a block error. And you will see here Karandang really, enjoying the point.
She always enjoys every single point, and that's what we really like about her. But right now, CHERY TIGGO calling in some fresh legs for them here in set number 3. Santiago Manabat checks in, as well as Bicar. Meanwhile, they go to Rad. Karandang, she's blocked by Doria. Laure.
Very good.
Getting it through that block. Clean attack.
Very clean attack. Yes, from a well lined up block. EJ finding a seam in the middle and going for it really strongly and quick. Very nice point from EJ Laure right there.
It's a 3-point lead for CHERY TIGGO in our set number 3. Doria. Karandang. Cayuna to Doria. Still nothing. Laure again. Good dig by Araneta. It's still playable. It's still alive. credit the defense of Signal. But Santiago Manabat just hammering it through. And that's her first point of our game. CHERY TIGGO in the lead, 16-12. Got 300 pesos. Enjoy NBA TV Philippines, now more affordable at Signal Postpaid Plan 290 or Prepaid Load 300. Watch all the action extended until December 31, 2022. And of course,
Sino ang pinakamaangas between CHERY and Signal? Tweet na!
there you have it. That was a question asked by Gretchen Soltones. Sino nga ba ang pinaka-maangas? Now, when it comes to angasan, I think we can all agree na si Ate Riri Meneses ang pinaka-maangas na player ng Signal HD Spikers. May tawa pa sa dulo. But we saw a couple of those, stare downs a while ago. And this one, speaking of maangas, papahuli pa ba si Ate Maylene pa at Charapon? And sa Signal naman, si Ate Riri Meneses yung swag na low-key lang. Good luck crossovers in HD Spikers.
Mukhang si Riri Meneses ang nanalo sa angasan.
Para nga, coach. And this one, another one we have. So, CHERY, I'll go with my Mama P. And sa Signal naman, kay Rad, good luck sa inyo. So, varying answers from our fans who are watching this game. So, you got the Riri Meneses, merong Maylene Paat, we have Rad.
Meron tayong nakita kay Vicar kanina konting swag. Konting swag after she got the point from her attack.
As we get back to this game, Coach Babes, it's again a 1-point lead for CHERY TIGGO. They're gonna call a time out.
Manina, walang sumama. Dapat doon ka sa open baba to. Walang sumama eh. So doon ka sa pamorsyento mo. Tapos, EJ, paggalawin mo yung bola mo, huwag diretso ang palo. Okay, nakuhaan tayo ng dalawa. Kunin agad natin tong na to. Okay? Yun pa rin yung gawin mo. Pakita ka din, ready ka doon sa loob. Magpakita ka. Tuloy mo yung play one. Tuloy mo yung play one din, ready ka doon sa dulo.
Good timeout there called by the CHERY TIGGO crossovers because their lead is now down to just 1 point.
This is a time that they really have to manage the points from blowing up even further. There you go. Very good timeout. Very effective timeout.
What a good point there by Santiago Manabat. That is her second point.
This is one of the best swings of Dindin right here. Going for a line attack instead of a cross.
Two-point lead now for CHERY TIGGO. 17 serving 15. EJ Lare on deck to serve. Cayuna will give it to Tai. Delivers as she should.
Well, there you go. Earlier on, she definitely got her rhythm through the first, second set, but now she's trying to dominate the attack section on the left side, getting a very strong point.
Rose Doria, 8 points under her belt. She will serve. Vicar gives it to Savijovic. Good dig. Bierria again. They still have no answer for Signal's reinforcement. Tai Bierria served hot and fresh.
Billy, this is the third set, so usually, this is where you feel your legs are getting heavy. But in the case of Tai Bierria, mukhang hindi.
Parang wala, no,
Parang
Coach?
wala,
With the way she's moving. 17 all. Signal caught up. Cayuna. Tobieria.
Miscue right there.
Yeah, that was a botched play. Santiago Manabat. Tries to calm everybody down. Try to stay composed. Makes it a one-point game.
So this rotation, I think Dindin is getting a rhythm, you know, putting contributions both on the left and right side for CHERY TIGGO.
Cayuna, Tobieria with a drop. Good dig. That was Alina Picar as they give it to Santiago Manabat straight to the net.
Well, all the momentum is now heading to Dindin right there, and I think Vicar recognizes that.
As the Signal HE Spikers will call for time.
Huwag nakalimutan kumover. Okay?
Intro.
Dalawa lang yan, dalawa lang ha. Tagayin lang natin ha.
Game. Let's go, guys.
Tapos tayo, tapos.
Let's go na. Happiness signal!
Okay, kuha natin, kuha. Tapos tayo, tapos.
Score right now is 19-17 in favor of the CHERY TIGGO crossovers. Now the past couple of sets went Signal's way.
Yeah.
So we will see if CHERY TIGGO can redeem themselves in our set number 3. Very crucial, but Tiberia.
Well, there you go, another fiery attack from Tiberia. And a while ago, the timeout, we heard Coach Shaq saying, this is the time to close in the gap. You know, so I think it worked.
She has just been amazing in this game. As Cayuna, 16 excellent sets for her. Saviovic goes for the drop. It is good, it's effective, they get the point, pushes it to a 2-point game.
There you go, you can see here, CHERY TIGGO is trying to put in also quite a variation in their attack. You know, not only going for the hard hits, working for them. Simple tip, no? Dapat ganon, you know, you want to deploy a lot of variation. You want to disrupt the defense system of Signal.
Cayuna back set to
EJ Laure.
yeah, but
easily
doon
seen
si
that.
EJ Laure.
Billy, you saw that angas from Meneses right there.
Yun nga yung sinasabi ng mga nagtitweet na
Oh, ito na. You can see it right here. She's getting the block there. She saw it. She took it. A pensive look from Meneses.
Saviovic. They find Paat. This is going to be a chance ball. Cayuna. Back set to Araneta. Angeli Araneta. She's been giving those, you know, quiet points.
That's right, yeah.
She's been building it up. Just there when you need her, coach.
That's right. And if you're Cayuna, you will love that, right? Because you know that all attackers are available for you all the time.
We're tied at 20. Timeout for CHERY TIGGO.
Kasama doon sa gitna, CHERY tayo din, Maylin, gawa ng paraan. Then, ang approach mo ngayon, dahan-dahan, lapit-lapit sa atake. So, ang ginagawa mo, 1-2, nanggigigil ka na para hindi na nabibitin ka doon sa bola mo. Okay, so, i-relax mo yung katawan mo, gawin mo. Tapos mag-isip ka, pagdating sa taas, doon ka mag-isip ka nung gawin mo. Ayan na, spike it hard. Okay, win this one, okay?
CHERY!
Spike it hard.
On your screen, we have Peter Torres from the Signal HD Spikers. They recently won PNBF Champions League Men's Division. Sir Ricky Palu also in attendance, of course, every game. We're now tied 20-all. Signal versus CHERY TIGGO. Gut check time for CHERY TIGGO. Very crucial moments for them. That was a miscue for the white shirts. Riri Meneses. Dagapay Buding. Eileen Paat.
A while ago, you heard from Coach Clarence, paluin na. Bilisan nyo na yung palo nyo. And now you see that from Paat and getting a point from there. Here you go. Again, a combination play, a spread play, and a fast hit from Paat.
But coach, if you are, from the CHERY TIGGO team, you really need that sense of urgency right now.
That's right.
Joust at the net. Janela was there. And Brad, we love to see it from Rachel and Dakis.
Now, that came off from a really successful block from CHERY, but, Rachel quickly answered back with a strong snip on the attack. No, that's quite a statement attack. Ayaw niya ng malambot lang. Gusto niya bilisan ko to.
That was too much for Buding. We're now tied at 21. EJ Laure. A little too late for Tibieria. Wasn't able to pick it up. He got substitutions for CHERY TIGGO. Usual substitutions for Coach Clarence.
And that point was brought to you by Laure, and that's a good answer. If you're getting a strong offensive hit from the other side, you want to answer back the same way. And that's what Laure did.
22 serving 21. Cayuna will give it to Araneta. The veteran Angeli Araneta showing up big here for the Signal HD Spikers.
And here
when
you
she's
go.
needed the most, Coach Dave, she's right there.
And here you go, Billy. You're getting now a really activated action on the net from both teams.
That is in. That is inside for Angeli Araneta. It looked like it wasn't going to be inside, Coach Dave.
It slowed
but it
down.
dropped on the line.
As soon as it crosses the attack line here on the CHERY side, kita mo na, nag-slow down na.
And the lead is now with Signal. Back set to Mylene Paat.
Wow, there you go. There you go. This is the way to go,
And that's the Mylene that we know.
Yes.
And in true Mylene fashion, she's in the double-digit mark in terms of her points. 11 points for her. Timeout for the Signal HD Spikers.
Already mga atake natin ha. O one good pass muna, tapos atake tayo na maganda. Attack and then cover. Pag nakuha, block tayo and then defense. Wala hindi ha, all pa lang yan ha. Break ko lang ng momentum, okay? Wala na tako.
The crucial moments are here for both our teams. We're tied at 23 all. It is the 15th deadlock in our third set.
Ganun na ba karami?
Grabe, di ba, Coach?
15.
And 7 lead changes. So a good matchup, really, we're having right now. Rose Doria. That was a dig by Saviovic. May pa out from the back row. Cayuna will give it to Rad. She's blocked. That was Buding saving it.
A good offensive, easy over from Cayunan. And there you go. Wow.
If you blinked, you would have missed it.
That's right,
That was Jen Cayunan.
Perfect way to prime, di ba? Yung first tip niya, she went for a tip long on the back, and now, priming it up, kinuha niya naman on the short tip. Very offensive, very smart play there from Cayunan.
Great sense of the defense as well. Talking about Jen Cayuna, saw that nobody was there. Match point na ang Signal. Saviovic will give it to Mylene Paat. And that sails outside.
Hold on. Hold your horses, says Coach Clarence. Hold your horses, says Coach Clarence here. She's going for a challenge. A block touch challenge.
And remember, Coach, wala pang unsuccessful challenge on CHERY TIGGO. So that's something we can think about and take into consideration.
That's right. So let's see.
This is for that match point. Signal is at 24. CHERY TIGGO is at 23. Signal is up 2 sets to love. against the white shirt. So this is going to be very, very crucial.
Yep.
It's been a very tight game as well for both teams. You can say it was pretty slow pace kasi sagutan lang sila.
Sagutan lang. Oh. So it's really has been an issue of rhythm for CHERY TIGGO, but it's from the challenge side on Coach Clarence. No, this may turn out a really good strategy for him, calling out for another challenge. Tatlo na nga eh, 3 successes out of 4. This is the 4th.
This is the 4th one. And everybody now in Phil Sports looking at that screen. Everybody's heads are turned towards that screen. They want to know, is it successful or unsuccessful? Let's look.
Ooh,
there was no block touch. Clear as day.
Very clean.
Clear as day. And the Signal HD Spikers win their first game in our semifinals against the CHERY TIGGO Crossovers, who up until this point, Coach, only had 2 losses in our preliminary round.
Well, again, importante, when you go and enter the semifinal round, kailangan every win is important.
Take a look at our scores: 28-26, 25-17, 25-23. More on this game. We're going to wrap it up when we return. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena, and the Signal HD Spikers beat the CHERY TIGGO Crossovers in 3 straight sets: 28-26, 25-17, and 25-23. What a game we just had. And of course, we gotta commend our best player of the game.
Go. Yeah, all throughout, you know. Like I said, Signal is all about rhythm, but Tiberia here, you know, made statement points, 21 points, 19 good attacks, and 2 blocks, enabling, you know, Signal to win this game. And I like how Tiberia gives out the energy from whistle to whistle.
Absolutely, Coach, and she has just been instrumental here for the Signal HD Spikers. And right now, she is with our courtside reporter, Rain Tixon.
First of all, Ty, congratulations on your career-high 21 points here in your first game in the semifinals. So the team was up and down all throughout the match, especially in set number 1. How do you think this initial victory helped you in sets number 2 and 3?
Whenever you win a close set like that, it always just gives you an extra boost of energy going into the second set. So I really think that helped. And then the momentum we got towards the end, just because we were kind of shaky at the beginning, that really carried over into set 2 and gave us that big lead. So, yeah.
Earlier today, you told me that you felt a little pressure after performing so well in your last game, but you delivered with your career high. How do you think this will help you moving forward in the semifinals?
you know, every victory is a blessing, you know what I mean? But you can always learn from everything. So I'm just going to take what I did today, even what I did in the last game, and just keep going, keep learning, and keep getting better, hopefully.
All right, now do you have a message to your fans, especially the ones here in our arena today?
I just want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. The Filipino fans are the best I've ever had. So love you guys.
That's our player of the game, Tiberia. Back to the panel.
There you have it, the reinforcement of the Signal HD Spikers. She had herself a game today. Of course, congratulations to our Signal HD Spikers. It was a pretty close game from start to finish, Coach
right,
Babes. What can you say about this matchup?
Well, first of all, from Tai, you know, the youngest reinforced lady right here. And so much so, nakita natin yung energy niya, what is expected. And you always love a player who always gives out the 100% all the time. And she helped the Signal team, her team, win her game. An important game for the semifinals, no? So that's good. Now, I like also how Signal, you know, kind of walk the talk. You know, during the preliminary, they owned the label of a very stable and productive team. Balance lang. And they showed it here in the most important part of the conference, which is the semifinals. You can see here in the highlights.
It's going to be a very important next few days, however, for both our teams. But for now, we can let the Signal HD Spikers celebrate their victory. That's their first win here in day one of our semis. They got a long way to go. Now, Coach, if you're the CHERY TIGGO crossovers, how do you bounce back from this loss?
Well, you know, like I said, very obvious during this game. The defense area and the passing area, I think, was the culprit. You know, that's where everything kind of fell apart for CHERY TIGGO. So if you didn't manage the two very critical team skill, no? Hindi siya gagawa ng point, but that will definitely dictate the pace of the game. Yun kailangan nilang i-address yun coming into their next game.
And as we take a look at our match statistics.
Yeah, there you go. You can see here, Signal overpowering CHERY TIGGO in the attack side, no? 52 points over 39 points of CHERY TIGGO. Almost even in the block, you know? And the serve. Look at the maturity of Signal right here on the aces that they made. Again, Signal made 20 extra errors for CHERY, but again, because they're punching more. So there you go. So again, congratulations to Signal.
What a great game for both our teams, of course. And we know the CHERY TIGGO crossovers, we know that they're capable of.
Yep.
We know that they can bounce back, rather. But for the Signal HD Spikers, a great start for them here in our semifinals. And of course, the action continues, Coach Babes. November 27, Sunday, this time at the Smart Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City at 2:30. The Creamline Cool Smashers will be taking on the Signal HD Spikers. Battle of the winners for today.
Yes.
And at 5:30, the CHERY TIGGO crossovers will be facing the Petrogas Angels again, November 27, Sunday, Smart Araneta Coliseum. Mark your calendars. And that is it for day one of our semifinals. In our first game, we saw the Creamline Cool Smashers defeat the Petrogas Angels in 3 straight sets. And our second game, another 3-setter, Signal defeats CHERY TIGGO. Now for One Sports, Coach Babes Castillo, Rain Tixon, Direk Alneri, and all the amazing people behind this production, I'm Billy Capistrano, and this has been the 2022 PVL Reinforced Conference Semifinals. Have a great night, everybody.